Hello, welcome to the Stock Planner channel. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Iron Condor to make a short-term profit. The Iron Condor is used when you think the stock is not going to move very much. Today I was scanning my watch list, and I think it's helpful to use a watch list when you're trading. And I looked at Bunge Limited, ticker symbol BG, and seen that this stock moves in within a range. Bunge is an agribusiness company worldwide. In this video, I'm going to tell you about Bunge Limited and try to explain the Iron Condor and how much you can make when the stock just don't want to move very much or moves within a range. This is a trade I took today, but I recommend you do your own due diligence. Let's get started. Bunge Limited is a global agribusiness and food company operating in 4 segments: agribusiness, refined and specialty oils, milling, and sugar and bioenergy. They make cooking oil made from soybeans, canola oil. They do a lot of sunflower seeds, but they also do wheat and corn. Corn is used in biofuel. They make feeds for animals. It purchases, stores, transports, and sells agricultural commodities like oil seeds, soybeans, canola, sunflowers. I think there's a future for agribusiness, especially in the United States, where we supply the world with food. We are the breadbasket of the world. Briefly looking at a tool called Simply Wall Street, and a lot of this is free. Bunge, ticker BG, agribusiness company, as I said, it's undervalued by 60%. It pays a dividend, and it's a very healthy company. Now, the future seems a little slow. Earnings are forecast to grow only by about 5%. That bodes well for the stock price not moving too much. Who disagrees? Anyway, it's a good company when you compare it to the industry. And over the next year, some analysts think it's going to be a 30% increase in price. So that bodes well for being slightly bullish. The competitors, and I've certainly heard of Archer Daniels and Del Monte. Del Monte, I've never traded before. ADM 3 or 4 times a year. And you can see that same choppiness or range bound pricing. If you like a dividend stock, this is one for you. Now back to the charts. Generally, I like the MACD, the stochastics, and the RSI. This is a zigzag. It tells you the tops and bottoms, and it tells you those tops and bottoms perfectly, but it does it by future data, looking at future data. Right now, the zigzag doesn't know what it's doing because this stock is not moving very much. It'll just wait until it has enough information where that stock rises or drops, and it'll paint that line. It's a perfect indicator. You can see that right here. Now, I drew these green lines. There's a support and resistance, and it seems like that followed those zigzag pattern pretty nicely. But things are changed a little bit, and I can move that down to about 88, and we can move this down. There seems to be some kind of support, a resistance right about that there. Maybe just a little higher, 99, somewhere around there, 99, 100, somewhere in that. So I'm thinking that this stock is going to trade within this range for quite some time. Range bound, the RSI is pointing down. That means it thinks it's going to go down soon, and it is going down. Look at a red bar there. And the MACD looks like it's coming back around too. So the indicator is saying it might come down and have a little pullback. Maybe it's had its pullback now. So let's find a strategy, an option strategy, where we can capture the non-movement of this stock, and that is the Iron Condor. The Iron Butterfly will also do it as well, but today we're doing it the Iron Condor, a neutral play. Now I have a free Discord chat, and I put this trade out earlier today. The chart is an omnibroker chart, but it's using the same indicators, the MACD, the RSI, and stochastic. And I put the option play that I did. Let's take a closer look at that. Option Strat is a tool that I use quite often. It's a simulation tool where you can plan out your trades. You type your symbol there, and then you pick your strategy. And here's a neutral strategy, just all ones you can try out. You can see the Iron Condor. It wins when you don't have too much movement, and so is the iron butterfly. We're going to choose the Iron Condor. We're going to go 31 days out. So what we've done so far is we selected our strategy, which is Iron Condor. We selected our asset. We've looked at the chart, and we think it's going to trade in between 99 and 100 and 88. 88 and 100. Remember that, 88 and 100. And now we're going to plan out our trade. Option Strat gives you their recommendation, and it says that your max loss on this is $14.45 with a $55 credit in your pocket. So if everything goes well, you have to put this in margin. You don't really use that, and then you can win $55. But maybe you don't have $1,500 to put on margin. We can bring it in a little bit, bring that up to 75, see if that helps a little bit. Oh, it gets more credit. Doesn't do anything there. Let's bring that in. So you're going to need $750 on margin. That's doable because most of my trades I plan out to be around $1,000. And if you buy the stock, I mean, you really got to buy the stock at $1,000 anyway. And the return is about $68. $68 on, let's just say $1,000, that's 6% within a month. And that's okay. Now, we want to set the range. And I use a tool called Option AI. And you type in the symbol. And they're saying, with the option activity, they're expecting about a 14% move. Let's use that number, 14. And you can make a tighter range, but let's go 14. And if it goes 14, stays within that range, you start losing at around $105, $106. Now, what we said was we put that resistance at 100, 99, 100. So if that is true, it was well within this range here. And our support was 88. 88 is right here. Again, we're in the win area. The green is the win, and the red is the lose. So if it stays in within the 14% boundary, this is a good trade and pretty safe if the stock doesn't move. Now, if we have a disaster or the Fed causes a large movement, it's not going to affect the agribusiness. It's going to affect things like the Apple, Google, banks, maybe oil. But now our max profit's at $68. This gets put in our account right away. We have to have about $750. It's this one plus this one. That gives you the margin. $750. And as long as it stays between these two numbers, 81, which we said ours was 88, and 99 or 100, we got winner on our hands. Now, how did it execute this? This executes, you have to have 4 options. You have to have sell an 82.50 and a 105 call, and buy a 110 call for protection, and you have to buy a 75 put for protection. This is easy to do on brokers like Robinhood, and all the brokers work very similar. I'm using Interactive Broker. So what I do is I take this information here, go to my Interactive Broker, and key that data in and execute the trade, which I have done. Let's summarize one more time. The reason for this trade is that we expect no movement. We're doing an Iron Condor, and we're neutral on this trade, or I am. You might be something different. This is basically a 1-for-1, and our target price is we don't want to let it go beyond 105 or 106. That's up here. And the stop loss, if it gets beyond 83, that's down here. We won't be winning anymore either. We set this support and resistance to be much lower, and we think we're going to have a win there. So what do you think? Is this stock going up? Is it going down? Or is it staying neutral? And is 6 or 7% profit on the amount that you have invested enough now for a day trader just trying to make $5,000 on a $100 account or something that's not going to be enough. But if you're an investor and trader using good risk management, not placing all your money in one trade, a 6 or 7% profit in 1 month is great. And if you could do that 10 times, that's 60 or 70% per year. And Warren Buffett is currently doing less than 20% right now. So I'm happy with this trade. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Like and subscribe. I hope this helps. We'll catch you on the flip.